Hey class, Professor Kev here. Today, I got my friend Leah with us from Northwestern Mutual. Can I talk a little bit about how to prepare for a career fair? Hey Leah, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So before we jump into the career fair, why don't we start at the beginning? Let's talk a little bit about yourself and a little bit about Northwestern Mutual.
Yeah, so I'm the director of Northwestern Mutual's college internship program. So we're hiring for the financial representative internship, which is really test driving the role of a financial advisor. And I really love this position because you're really seeing what an advisor is doing on an everyday basis and test driving it to see if it's something that fulfills you, something that you could see yourself doing long term. And for the people that do like this and do really well in our program, they do get that offer to continue working with us in the future and just continue to grow a business. So I love this program because it teaches a lot of skills on how to be in an office setting and, professionalism and working with clients and building relationships. And it's not one of those internships where you're shadowing and getting coffees and making photocopies. Like you're really test driving the role and doing the day-to-day job, but just on a smaller scale from what our full-time advisors are doing.
So it's kind of funny because I had that conversation this morning. I saw a student from last term catching up, and he's in a sales role. And I'm like, that's amazing because it may sound weird, but I think everyone should try a sales role if you have any
Totally.
interest in sales because of the skills you learn. You know,
Mhm.
how to accept rejection, how to talk. And he looked at me, he's like, okay, he didn't think I was going to have that, that was going to that's great and stuff. So, now, when you're at the career fair or you're talking potential candidates, what skills are you looking for? How do I stand out?
Yeah, that's a great question, especially at career fairs. I really like when people are coming up to you, they're confident, they have an actual resume printed out, which you don't see sometimes now, like actually having that paper to hand over to somebody, have a good elevator pitch, tell them like who you are, what you're looking for. You don't have to have a specific, like, this is my dream job, my end goal, but hey, I want to work in business. I'm talking to these couple companies. I wanted to learn a little bit more, having a little research on the company, know a little bit more than just the name for the specific ones that people are looking for. But the biggest thing I look for is professionalism with the way that they're approaching you, the confidence in the way they're talking to you, and then what they're wearing. Just wear your nicest outfit. I've seen a lot that people are coming that come as you are. I think that that's great for athletes and people that are coming from practices. Like, yeah, come from the field, do your thing. But if you're just coming from class, dress up a little bit more, wear your favorite outfit. I also think it's like look good, feel good. If you like your outfit, you feel confident going in, you're going to see that on people when they approach you.
It's kind of funny, Leah. First day of class, I always suit up. I always wear a purple tie. I,
Real purple.
I feel confident in that. I wear
Okay.
purple's my color.
Love
So I
that.
wear it first day of class, and people are like, "Why?" I'm like you just said, I feel confident in that outfit. So
Hmm.
it makes a big difference and stuff. Now, it's important to research the company, know a little bit about why you're talking to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that that's the biggest thing is you don't have to be an expert on the company by any means, but know a little bit, know their values, know their mission statement, what they're doing, and then that way you're coming with questions. I feel like a lot of people come to interviews or to information sessions and talk to you. They don't know much about the company. They don't have any questions. They're like, I'm just here to learn. That's great. You're supposed to be there to learn, but come with a little bit of information, even asking about culture or day to day, how the internship is going to impact the company and help them move forward. Any kind of questions are good questions. So just really coming to prepared and knowing a little bit about the company.
I see that because, when you go to the career fairs, there's a lot of companies there. You will
Mhm.
not talk to every company, nor can you expect Leah to give you 20 minutes of time, because you're trying to talk to as many students as you can. So to do that research, to know, hey, is this even a company I'm interested in? Is this role something I'm interested? It will
Mhm.
help you stand out from others who, again, I agree with you. Some students, I teach freshmen, like, have I'm just going for the experience. I'm
Yeah.
not looking for an internship. It's too early yet, but I just want to see what it's like to be in the building and observe what's happening. I'm like, okay, that's okay, but you can also look it up and make sure that you're aware of what to expect and stuff. So the other thing, follow up. So I wrote a book on networking, Leah, and one of my comments is if you don't follow up, you were never there. That's how I feel
Mhm.
about it. Because again, we joke as students like how overwhelming is this. I'm like, respectfully, class, be on the other side of the table. when you
Mhm.
have hundreds of students coming up talking to you and you're trying to, hey, who do I think would fit this role and trying to remember everyone, that's got to be overwhelming for the recruiters.
Yeah.
Fair?
It totally is.
So
Yeah.
how do I stand out? Like when I follow up. Now, me, I'm more of a written person. Hey, I joke, Prince. I don't like cursive writing. I struggle with reading cursive writing. A card versus the email?
That would be, I haven't gotten a card in years. I used to get
Really?
a couple cards in the mail, and it always stuck out to me because they're taking the time to actually take a card, send it in the mail, and that stands out so much more than just an email. An email is great too. I mean, any kind of following up. I think connecting on LinkedIn is huge. Grow those connections, send a message. Hey, like great meeting you at the career fair today. Thanks for taking the time to chat with me, whatever it may be. But yeah, having an actual card would definitely stand out a little bit more, especially for those employers that you're really interested in to be like, hey, I talked to a bunch of people, you stood out, and this is why.
Yep.
And then that's going to show them that you actually care about the company and what their values are.
But in the email, if we spoke about something, kind of talk about that. Hey, I was the guy wearing the purple tie, or,
Yeah.
we talked about this so that when you're looking at me, like, oh, yeah, I remember Kev now. Because again, lots of faces are popping up really rapidly for you. So,
Yeah.
last thing is don't expect to get, 10, 20 minutes with a recruiter. It's, a couple of quick minutes and moving on, right?
Yeah, yeah. I would say it's usually like a 5 minute conversation for some. Some it's a minute. They walk in, they walk out. So any way that you can make that a little bit more impactful, asking those questions, really connecting with the recruiter, but you're not going to get more than 5 minutes. There's a line behind you and you're trying to meet other people as well. So grabbing their business card, connecting with them on LinkedIn, and then giving that physical copy of the resume will be great. And then save the meatier part of the information that you want to get for the actual interview and in that other time that you're going to be able to spend with them outside of the career fair.
All right, Leah. So, what's the best way for someone to connect with you if they're getting ready to head to the career fair to try to get ahead of the game? What's the best way? Reach out to you on LinkedIn?
Yeah, I love that question. I would say if someone followed me on LinkedIn, connected with me, sent me a message, hey Leah, saw you're going to be at the career fair in a couple of days. I wanted to reach out now. I'm really looking forward to meeting with you. I would go and set up the interview with them right then and there rather than waiting to the career fair. And then I get to meet them in person at the career fair. It just makes them stand out more. It builds a connection and relationship with them.
I agree because very few people will do that. So, when you do it, you really do stand out. It's going to make you, I would feel the same way you do. I want to talk to them already. If they
Yeah,
have that much
absolutely.
initiative to plan ahead, I want to talk to them. That's someone that would automatically go on my radar every day and stuff. So, all right.
Mhm.
So, best way, just reach out on LinkedIn, email. What do you prefer?
Either way, send me a LinkedIn message. If you like put a little message when you are connecting with me, even better. But they can always send me an email, give me a call. I'm usually pretty good at getting back as soon as I can, usually within a day or so.
Awesome, Leah. I appreciate you taking a few minutes calling the show. And as always, thanks for being my friend.
Thanks for having me.